Namaste, angels. This is the daily reading for Tuesday. Oh, did you see the orbs? That was a huge one. Followed by like a baby. Shit, what the fuck was I saying? This is the reading for Tuesday the 9th. Moon's still in Gemini. And what else? I guess that's it. Let's get straight to it then. In the year 1483, Edward V, who was only age 12 at the time, succeeds his father, Edward IV, as King of England. He's never crowned and disappears. He's presumed murdered after an incarceration in the Tower of London with his younger brother, Richard. And in parentheses, they have the princes in the tower. So that's like a story you can look up if you want. 1731, British mariner Robert Jenkins. His ear is cut off by Spaniard Guard Costa in the Caribbean. It's later a catalyst for war between Britain and Spain. 1768, John Hancock refuses to allow 2 British customs agents to go below the deck of his ship and is considered by some to be the first act of physical resistance to British authority in the colonies. 1865, a 9/11 or 11, Confederate General Robert E. Lee and 26,765 troops surrender at Appomattox Courthouse to U.S. Lieutenant General Ulysses S. Grant, and that is the Civil War. 1869, Hudson Bay Company cedes its territory to Canada. In 1992, John Major is elected Prime Minister of the United Kingdom after his Conservative Party wins the most votes in a British electoral history. 2003, Baghdad falls to U.S. forces, ending the invasion of Iraq, but resulting in widespread looting. Did you know the first public art exhibition at the Palais Royal in Paris, France, occurred on this day, in April 9th, which is 1304-1111, in the year 1667, which is also 11. Famous birthdays: Tamerlane, Isambard Kingdom Brunel, weird name, Curly Lambeau, Hugh Hefner, Seve Ballesteros, and Kirsten Stewart. Would you believe San Diego Padres owner Ray Kroc addresses fans, quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, I suffer with you. I've never seen such stupid baseball playing in my life," end quote, on April 9th in the year 1974. Famous weddings: 1912, director, writer Earl Stanley Gardner, 22, master number 13, or master number 22, which also equals 13 rather, or 4, 1111, weds Natalie Talbert. 1913, U.S. Admiral Chester Nimitz, 28, weds Catherine Freeman, 21, in Wollaston, Massachusetts. 1953, biologist Alexander Fleming, 71, weds Dr. Amalia Kutsuri, 41. Famous divorces: 2012, salsa artist Mark Anthony, 42, divorces pop star and actress Jennifer Lopez, 43, due to irreconcilable differences after 7 years of marriage. And famous deaths: Francis Bacon, Maria Louise van Hessen-Kessel, Jacques Necker, Frank Lloyd Wright, and James F. Burns. James F. Burns was a politician and U.S. Secretary of the State, one of the most powerful men in American domestic and foreign policy in the mid-1940s. Burns was United States Secretary of the State during the Iran crisis of 1946, taking an increasingly hardline position in opposition to Joseph Stalin. His speech, quote, "Restatement of policy on Germany," end quote, set the tone of future U.S. policy, repudiated the Morgenthau Plan economic policies, and gave Germans hope for the future. He also served as a Supreme Court justice, making Burns one of the very few politicians to serve in all 3 branches of the federal government. He was born on May 2nd in 1879 in Charleston, South Carolina, USA, and was a Taurus. He died on April 9th in 1972 at the age of 92. Frank Lloyd Wright was an architect, American. He's recognized by the American Institute of Architects as the greatest American architect of all time. He designed more than 1,000 structures and completed 532 works. He was born on June 8th in 1867, which is 1304-1111, 1867 is. June 8th, missed it by 1 day. That's 14. In Richland Center, Wisconsin, USA, and was a Gemini. He died on April 9th, which is another 13 of 4, 11, 11, in the year 1959 at the age of 91 of surgical complications. Jacques Necker was a finance minister. He was French, closely associated with the French Revolution. During his time as Louis XVI's finance minister, he made several decisions that proved crucial to the outbreak of the revolution. Though he was viewed by many in France as a savior during the early days of the revolution, he is viewed by many historians as having been vastly overpraised by his contemporaries. He was born on September 30th in 1732 in Geneva, Switzerland, and was a Libra. He died on April 9th, which is 1304, 1111, in the year 1804, which is also 1304, 1111, the age of 71. Interesting. Actually, the two of those together equal 8, as does his age. Maria Louise van Hessen-Kassel was the Princess of Orange. She was both Dutch and German, daughter of Charles I, Landgrave of Hessen-Kassel, and Maria Amalia of Courland. By her marriage to John William Friso, Prince of Orange, she became Princess Consort of Orange, a title last held by Mary II of England. Like her husband, she is an ancestor of all of the currently reigning monarchs in Europe. She was born on February 7th in 1688 in Kassel, Hesse-Kassel, and was an Aquarian. She died on April 9th in 1765 at the age of 77. Lastly, for the deaths, Francis Bacon was an English statesman and philosopher. He served both as Attorney General and Lord Chancellor of England. A philosophical advocate and practitioner of the scientific method during the scientific revolution, he has been called the creator of empiricism. His works established and popularized inductive methodologies for scientific inquiry, often called the Baconian method or simply the scientific method. He was born on January 22nd in 1561 in London, England, and was an Aquarius. He died on April 9th in 1626, or is that another one? Oh no, that's 14. At the age of 65. Don't mind me. My head is adding while I'm reading, as usual, as you know. Kristen Stewart is an actress. She's American. She rose to fame playing Bella Swan in the Twilight Saga series of films released in 2008 through 2012. The films were based on the books by Stephanie Meyer and co-starred her then boyfriend, Robert Pattinson, and Taylor Lautner. The book's phenomenal popularity was equaled on film, and the films have made $3.3 billion worldwide. Master number 33. Before Twilight, Stewart was a child star, most notably appearing in Panic Room in 2002 opposite Jodie Foster. After Twilight, Stewart starred in Snow White and the Huntsman opposite Chris Hemsworth and Charlize Theron before moving on to more independent films. In 2014, Stewart was the first American actress to win a French César Award for Best Supporting Actress for her supporting role in Clouds of Sils Maria in the year 2014. 2018, Stewart was a judge at Cannes Film Festival. She was born on April 9th in the year 1990 in Los Angeles, California, USA, and is 28 years old. A horse on the Chinese zodiac and an Aries, and does seem very much connected to father or the masculine energy. April 9th, again, 13 of 4, 11, 11. 1990 equals 19. Seve Ballesteros. His real name is Severiano. And he's a golfer and a 5-time major championship winner, Spanish, one of the sport's leading figures from the mid-1970s to the mid-1990s. He won more than 90 international tournaments in an illustrious career, including 5 major championships. He was born on April 9th in 1957 in Pedrina, Spain, and was a rooster on the Chinese zodiac and an Aries, but he died on May 7th in the year 2011 at the age of only 54 of brain cancer. Hugh Hefner was the Playboy founder and a businessman, American, an adult magazine publisher, businessman, and founder of Playboy Enterprises, known as a notorious playboy himself. That's what I started to say in the beginning. Hefner has had countless young girlfriends and a number of wives over the years. He also starred in several TV shows, the last being the reality TV series The Girls Next Door. He was born on April 9th in 1926 in Chicago, Illinois, USA, and was a tiger on the Chinese zodiac and an Aries. He died on September 27th, 9/9, in the year 2017 at the age of, which is like a 9-1, at the age of 9-1 of natural causes. My godmother was a Playboy bunny, you know, at the place up in Manhattan, the restaurant bar, whatever they called it at the time. My Jewish godmother. Weird, my life. Weird, I tell you. Curly Lambeau. Full name, Earl Louis Lambeau, was an NFL head coach, American, the first coach of the Green Bay Packers. He won 6 NFL championships with the team and was the first coach to use the forward pass as his main offensive weapon. He was born on April 9th in 1898 in Green Bay, Wisconsin, USA, and was an Aries. He died on June 1st in 1965 at the age of 67 of a heart attack. Isambard Kingdom Brunel, or Isambard, Isambard is this man's first name. His middle name is Kingdom. Yes, Kingdom, as in where the palace is. And his last name is Brunel, B-R-U-N-E-L, or Brunel. He was an engineer, English, one of the most famous figures of the Industrial Revolution in Britain. Born to a French engineer, he settled in Britain and first worked for his father on the Thames Tunnel. In 1833, he was appointed chief engineer for the proposed Great Western Railway. He made the far-reaching decision to choose the broad gauge in place of the standard gauge. This decision enabled the trains to run at a faster speed and was eventually adopted throughout the country. While working for the Great Western Railway, which ran London to Bristol, he was responsible for the design of many impressive bridges, viaducts, and railway stations. He's equally remembered for his 3 great ships. The Great Western, launched in 1837, so during slavery, of course. The first steamship to do a transatlantic service, I'm sure. The Great Britain, also during that period. And the world's first iron-hulled screw propeller-driven steam-powered passenger liner, and the Great Eastern in 1859, which is still within that period. That laid the transatlantic cable. Very interesting. His other engineering achievements include the Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol and the redesign of a number of British docks. He was born on April 9th in 1806 in Portsmouth, Hampshire, Great Britain, and was an Aries. He died on September 15th in 1859 at the age of 53 of a stroke. And lastly, Tamerlane was a Turkic conqueror. He was both Mongolian and Turkish. He conquered West, South, and Central Asia and founded the Timurid dynasty. He was born on April 9th in the year 1336 in Shahrbaz, Uzbekistan, and was an Aries. He died on February 19th, which is the first day of Pisces, in the year 1405 or 55. February 19th is also like an 1119, like father. The year was 55, which is also like father. He was cut into 14 pieces. So 14 is one of his numbers too. Anyway, oh, this guy was 68 at the time that he died, which is also 14, like father. All right. He was the last. I'd say he was probably a lot of father, which explains why he was the leader of all those lands. Going to the dice, we're beginning with eat cake. No. And romantic dinner. Spirit still says eat cake. Maybe somebody is celebrating. If so, congratulations, happy birthday, whatever applies. Forget it if you're worried about the calories or anything else. And dirty movie. So again, this for me is like Netflix and chill, which might be why you're eating cake, or Skype or FaceTime or something like that. Some kind of communication. Going to the cards, we're beginning with Major Arcana card 10, the Wheel, which is connected to the planet Jupiter, which the following day, on the 10th, goes retrograde. So maybe this is like preliminary. It's leading into that time. Jupiter, of course, the ruler of Sagittarius. So this card also connected to Sagittarius, as well as all 4 of the fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. Whoop, okay. And speaking of Jupiter, is the king of spring, inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Now is your moment to step up into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused on the big picture. The king of spring is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Someone likened to those traits or attributes could actually be representing Jupiter himself as well as Mars. And coupled with him, speaking of Jupiter again, is the princess of spring, energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. The princess is also a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, and can be representing Jupiter or possibly Mars. Other than that, we come to the Prince of Winter. Decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This matches our Gemini moon. This situation requires you to have, or choose rather, logic over intellect and emotion, and to make your decisions quickly. Could also be connected again to Mars, as Mars is currently located in Gemini. Prince of Winter, also an Aquarius or Libra, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Wheel. The Two of Winter. Procrastination and worrying about what others will think is blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, then follow your inner guidance. Wheel. And the Hermit. So a lot of this as I was shuffling today, actually. Hermit represents the sign of Virgo. Take time for contemplation, to retreat, and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. So this is about introspection, maybe so you can make that decision. Could be about spiritualism. Again, you becoming enlightened, getting some clarity about something. Maybe the Knight of Swords is who brings you that clarity and opens your eyes to something. Or maybe you're doing that for somebody else. The 10 of Autumn. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure, your family's material and needs are taken care of, and it's important that you honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. It could be something with somebody's parent, deceased parent that's a Virgo. That's something possibly. I don't know what, but something about, you know, the heritage, possibly maybe an inheritance or something with the 10 of Pentacles. And now opening to the Queen of Spring, talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. Queen of Spring is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, just like the princess and the king that we already talked about. And again, can be connected to Mars or Jupiter as well. And we have come to the Two of Autumn, which, like so many of the other cards we saw, is about making a decision or finding balance, and time for several things at once. All those possibilities. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. But yes, this can also be about the need to make some sort of decision about an earthly situation. Overall energy is Major Arcana card 3, the Empress. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. The Empress can be about pregnancy, because that came up in the week over the weekend in the other readings. But as well, it's about fertile energy, being really creative and creating ways, basically, to bring about abundance, or bringing about abundance through your creative outlet. This card can also be about some sort of party of 3, including a love triangle, possibly involving a Libra, Gemini, or Taurus. Can also be about a beautiful woman, very sexy woman that you're interested in. She is fertile, vibrant to you. It can be about a mother, or about, you know, somebody as a mother, maybe the divine feminine and her capacity as a mother. Those are possibilities as well. And nurturing. Maybe the need to console somebody, console, nurturing. Crowning the masculine. It's another 3, the 3 of summer. Maybe this is what the cake is about. This is some sort of celebration or reunion, reconciliation or something. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. This is the masculine being social, or guidance for him to be social. Surrounded by the High Priestess, Major Arcana card 2, which represents the sign of Gemini, or perhaps a water sign. This is the time to pause and to reflect, not necessarily to take action. Trust in your spiritual gifts, as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. High Priestess observes before she takes her next steps. Wow. Masculine subconscious, the Ace of Summer. This is the beginning of a new and emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. Like I said, somebody could be getting back together. Something could be starting fresh. He could be learning that the woman in his life is pregnant, or could have had a child. That's another reason for the Ace of Summer. This is reunion. This is reconciliation. Crowning the feminine is Major Arcana card 14, another one of those 14s, which represents the sign of Sagittarius. This is temperance in the traditional tarot. By merging varying points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. So this is like negotiating, or compromising and coming together, having a meeting of the minds, or meeting somewhere in the middle, but take a little bit of mine, take a little bit of yours, you know, and we'll shake on what's left. That sort of thing. Ooh, it's another 3, the 3 of winter. Sadness is a part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. Like I said, somebody might need consoling, and now there's these birds consoling each other. The 3 of winter. I think it could have to do with a previous loss, though. Like I said, like the death of a parent or something. And maybe you're just thinking about it on this day. It's just weighing on you on this day for whatever reason. Maybe this is the anniversary or something. For some. Of course, temperance, a very healing energy, here to help you to feel better. aside from that, somebody's divine masculine or a man in their life or whatever, part of a three-way, party of three, may have moved on, maybe getting married. He's happy somewhere else. He's having a baby, something that can make you sad. This can be past sadness, but you're finding a way to come together and to work things out. And that's why he's happy. But this is an energy that's still surrounding you because that hurt was there. So until you make amends and mend it, it's there. Feminine subconscious, major arcana card 5, unity or the Hierophant. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, to find a new teacher, or to spend time with others who are also on a spiritual path. Hierophant is about commitment. So like I said, you can be thinking about, how can we get back together? How can we fix this? I was hurt before. You could be thinking about, again, he could be getting married. Something can be going on there involving a party of three. Crowning. Whatever it is, we have the strength to face it. It is major arcana card 11, strength, which represents the sign of Leo. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, like I was talking about, coming together, making some sort of amends or something, right? And compassion. So feminine, you have the strength to do that, to let go of whatever this pain was and to fix it. You have tremendous personal power and courage. Major arcana card 11, strength, represents the sign of Leo, of course. At the root, speaking of the sign of Leo, it is the king of spring, inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Now's your moment to step into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused upon the big picture. The king of spring is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. I just got like somebody, again, may have lost a parent. I don't feel that it's now. Lost a parent before, whatever, and just feeling like, from them, they were in charge. Like they're the leader. They had to step into that role. That's at least how they feel, even if it's not the case. This person may very well be a Leo themselves. At the heart of the matter, everything's going to be better. Everything's going to be fine. It is major arcana card 10, the wheel. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. So again, we are able to move past the hurt. I still want to clarify the feminine's 3 of winter though. To see, because obviously and thankfully not everybody lost a parent. I mean, everybody has the potential for the other scenario to have been hurt by someone and that you're going to now possibly reconnect with. But let's just see what comes up. It's another 3. Can you believe this? The 3 of autumn. Your most satisfying and profitable career or relationship or whatever situation comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. So even if you feel it looks stupid, people are telling you you are stupid if you pursue something or someone or whatever, or because you've been hurt before, you think it doesn't make sense for me to try anything else. It's too much of a risk. It's too great. The universe is saying you're due some sort of reward. Like you made it through the difficult period. And here it is. You are getting it. And it'll be on this day or, on or around. It'll be on or around this day. Some sort of blessing, promotion, ascension that you go through. Greater sense of clarity, greater sense of spirituality. If it's not something that you see in a tangible sense, a greater sense of strength and confidence. If it's not something you see in a tangible sense, but you're going to be blessed with something. Again, on or around this day that will get you beyond periods and of hurt and feelings of hurt and pain that you may have experienced or that you may be experiencing at this time. I'm tempted to look at something else though with all these threes. I'm gonna mind my business. Just do the advice. Further advice for the masculine is Major Arcana card 17, the Star, which goes perfectly with Dirty Movie. Again, the Star represents the planet Aquarius, which is all about technology and communication, as well as our dreams coming true, our plans coming true, plans coming to fruition, things that we made intentions on, that we manifested, actually showing up in our life, right? The actual reward showing up in our life. Even if that just means like positive energy where everything had been negative and funky before, that's a huge reward, a huge blessing. Yeah, dreams coming true. Dreams coming true. And for the masculine, it's very clear what's happening. That something very, good is happening to him in his life. And he might not even have to make any more moves. Like he may have done everything he needs to do and just observe, and then you'll figure out the next steps with that. But this is also about communication. So it can be reaching out to try to fix something, try to right a wrong. See, can we come together? Can we agree somewhere? And for the feminine, it is Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit is back. Take time for contemplation. Maybe you're not going to just jump at a response. You got to think about it first. To retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their spiritual path. Or on their path period to spiritual enlightenment, to coming into clarity. And the same goes for yourself. Like you may be coming into some sort of clarity. So like I said, it could be about spiritual ascension as well, what you're going through. I'm going to pull one more for the feminine. Again, Major Arcana card 9 represents the sign of Virgo. With this 3 of Earth, there could be something going on with this, with a Virgo. And I think I said a Virgo parent that you may have lost. Maybe a father more so than a mother, with all this masculine energy that's coming forward, but that's not necessarily the case either. But you got to tell me. Feminine, the reason you have to go within is because an opportunity is presenting itself to you. And again, even though past opportunities may not have gone how you would have liked, that doesn't mean that future ones won't. And you are in this place of pessimism and doubt, despite what's surrounding you. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing the gifts that God is presenting to you. One of those responsibilities may, again, be at least your feeling of like you got to take care of your whole family, even if that's just emotionally. Or you got to support somebody emotionally. It just feels like a weight on you, although I'm not to say that you mind doing it, but it's like you got to do everything. That's how, since this parent is gone, that's how I feel. So your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Yeah, seriously. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way. And what kind of opportunity rather might that be? Oh, it could be anything. But just like yesterday, this is the same advice the feminine got yesterday. Just like yesterday, you are guided to jump at it, whatever it is. Relationship, job, new home, I don't know. Opportunity to make up with somebody in your family, to support someone, to help someone to feel better about a loss or some pain that they experience, to help yourself to feel better, to nurture yourself. Something comes through, an opportunity for you to do that. Whatever it is, you are guided to jump at it. That's what Major Arcana card 0, the Dreamer, or the Fool in the traditional tarot says. You are starting a new adventure. Run free. Take a leap of faith. Stop being scared. You got this. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the daily. I'll be back tomorrow. Namaste.